Guys, welcome back to the channel, and this time we are starting a new detail special. So this is going to be episode 1 of the Chevy SS that we're working on. We're going to end up ceramic coating this car, so we got to decon it first. We're going to ceramic coat the wheels. After we decon those, we're going to of course address the paint. This is actually my dad's car, and he didn't tell me that there were some rock chips and things like that, so we're gonna have to address those at a later point because the paint, the paint code isn't like a normal paint code, so I have to special order the paint, which takes time, and of course we slotted these next few days to do this car. So yeah, this is what happens when you don't plan properly ahead, but we're gonna go ahead and do what we can now, and then later down the road I'll just address the few rock chips that we have later on, and I'll go and show you go ahead and show you the points that have deep scratches that we're gonna need some touch-up paint, and we're probably gonna end up having to sand, repolish, and then ceramic coating back over it. So right now we're gonna decon everything. I think today we're going to focus on the wheels, everything in here, the brakes. We're going to coat the brakes, do the wheels. I already got them posted up on the side, and then hopefully we can get to just washing the car and doing a decon wash in preparation for starting tomorrow, which hopefully I can start the polishing or the compounding and polishing part. So we'll get to that. So the first part is setting up for the wheels and the brakes. So that is the first part. All right, so the first part is going to be a pre-rinse. So I already went ahead and did that already. I just wanted a little bit more. All right. So once things are pre-rinsed, I go ahead and use some type of brake cleaner or all-wheel cleaner, or all-purpose cleaner. This one I'm using Super Clean. Gets all the brake dust off, so I'm just spraying everything down that I can. So I'm getting all the way up in there. I don't know where my foam pump thing is at. Usually I use that, but right now I'm just kind of at the mercy of this hand thing. And it's fine if you don't have all the fancy tools. So next I got some P&S brake buster on here, and I just pour the solution directly in here, and then I just spray everything. So once I have that in there, I use a hard brush and get into all these, the fender liner, anything that's not really a painted surface or an abrasive spot. I use this. So I just want to get as much dirt and grime off of the surfaces. And I use this on the metal, this one's got an aluminum, what is this, fork? Aluminum fork? I think so. Not too much about Chevy SS's, but suspension. So all of these little components, I'm kind of using the brush as much as possible on those. All the metal surfaces. That actually kept this thing somewhat clean. I mean, it's a garage kept car, so all this is just falling off now, which is good. So now, take like a little brush and I'm working these pieces, the Brembos, which I'll probably have to end up spraying again. I really just want to get all around all these little nibs and crevices. That's it, because once we go to ceramic coat the calipers, you know, it's going to trap in a lot of this dirt. So we want to get as much off as possible right now. I'll probably go ahead and take a microfiber to them just so all of this stuff is off. But I'm really getting deep inside these calipers around the drain plug for the brakes. This is the focus right here, is the calipers. Because this is what we're going to be ceramic coating. So this is that's the process. You want to get these as clean as possible. Anytime you have preparation for the ceramic coat, that's what you want to do is prepare the surface. So that's what we're doing. Is we're cleaning. And once it's clean, and then let it air dry. By the time we get to the wheels, everything will be dry over here. So we'll be good to start ceramic coating. And then as long as you have steel brakes, don't worry about like all this. This is just the chemicals working, all this discoloration. So chemicals are working. Once you apply the brakes once, all that stuff will be gone. So don't worry about that. What we're focusing on is getting all the dirt off of the caliper. And once it's all off, then we can move on to the next one. Once we do this, we'll move on to the wheels, and I'll break down the process of doing that. All right. So the next part, you're gonna be cleaning the wheels. My dad actually washed this car before we got it, I think a couple of days. But we're gonna wash it. We're gonna do a decon wash on it anyways, and then clay it. So we're doing the wheels. I took them off the car because they're easier to clean and then coat. So what we are going to do is pre-rinse them. So once they are pre-rinsed, then I'm going to spray soap on it. Now I could tell he had some some dressing on the car already, but we're just gonna scrub them off so we can clean it. And I'm gonna go ahead and spray this and wipe down everything. This is the point where you can be as thorough as you want. Since we're coating the car, or coating the wheels, I'm gonna be a little bit more thorough. I want everything like super clean on this. Because once you coat it, there's no going back unless you polish it off, compound it off or whatever. Yeah. So we're probably gonna have to clay the wheels. Still not clay it. It's got a lot of tar in here, so I'm gonna probably go get the tar removal and spray the wheels. So I'm gonna go ahead and do an initial wipe right now. I'm gonna do this on each one, and then I'm gonna go and grab the tar removal. That way we can have an extra clean wheels. So that's gonna be the next step, and I'll show you what I'm gonna do for that. So next I have tar and sap remover. I'm just gonna spray this and let it sit for a little bit. Smells like death. Just gonna let it eat. I can see it like working. Go ahead and spray yours. I'm just letting it eat, and then once that sits for about a minute, I go ahead and use a rag that I'm just gonna toss, scrub it for a little bit, and then I rinse it off. Don't let it sit for longer than a minute. So I forgot to start filming this part, but basically I just sprayed it with soap, and then I'm using a clay bar and wiping the barrels. I got all the sap removed. Now this is an old, I think this is a 2014 Chevy SS. So these are the stock wheels, and my dad, I don't know, a lot of older guys just like to keep a lot of things stock, which is fine, nothing's wrong with it. I think it's cool. So he wants this stuff preserved as much as possible. So that's why we're going to the extent that we're going cleaning the barrels and getting everything fully clean so we can prep properly for protection. So the first part's always cleaning the surfaces, deconning it. So that's why we are claying the wheels. This is a very fine grade clay bar. It's not aggressive at all. I use the bug and tar removal, I think 3 or 4 times to get as much of the tar and grime off of the wheels. So at this point, we are just getting the surface prepared to accept a ceramic coating. So the same preparation that we are taking on the wheels, we are going to take with the paint. So that's what we are doing here. Some people have those little wheel spinners. I mean, I'm going to show you how a lot of people can do this, you know, out of their garage. And yeah, we're using like a bunch of expensive tools and things like that, and that's why a lot of these coating jobs are expensive, because materials and costs can get expensive. You know, you can definitely cheap out on some items. I mean, you're definitely gonna feel it later on, like if you get a cheaper DA, you know, versus paying up and getting a more expensive one. And which is why, like, a lot of detailers have those expensive DAs, because like a Rupes one, for instance, is what I'm going to be using on this car. You know, if you're doing a 20-hour job, you're going to feel it in your arm. The vibration in your arm is going to suck. So that's why the Rupes ones are so expensive, because they're such a good polisher. So, all right, once I have the barrels pretty much clayed, I'm going to move to the face part of the wheel. This thing is getting grimy. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and spray the inner barrels again, and then work on the front part. And that's it. Now we clean and prep the wheels. We clayed them. We got them looking pretty decent. They're not super perfect. There's a few wet spots. I'm gonna dry in a sec, but I'm gonna just show you this the barrel. I like to start in the barrel since it's the most surface space. I'm gonna start on. The way I like to stay organized is I start from the valve stem, and then I rotate the wheel, and then I go until I see the valve stem again. So make sure you hit every part of the barrel. I got my nylon pad, and basically you're going to just really saturate the crap out of this pad. And once it's like, I call it priming the pad. Once it's primed, then I can go ahead and start applying the coating. And like I said, I start from the valve stem and I start going over. This product goes a long way. Just lost it.
How you doing?
Hey. And once it's primed, then you only need like a couple of dabs, and then you go ahead and start coating. And remember, I stay organized by where my valve stem is. Keep going. And that's it. I'm gonna do the whole thing, and then once I finish, I'll record what the next part is. But make sure you cover every part of the inner barrel. So I already did the back part. My brother's gonna go ahead and use the microfiber to pretty much just like polish it off. That's what you wait for. I mean, I let it sit for about 2 to 3 minutes, and that's about it. On the front, it's not too bad because once you apply it, you can kind of see it. So like, I'm not having to stay really like controlled like I did on the back. On the back, I couldn't see anything, so. So on the back side, once I applied coating. I just had to like stay controlled in my surface area and things like that with the valve stem. With the front, I can see where I'm applying. So that's about it. Go ahead, Brandon, and polish it off. Whew. All right, guys. So that's it for today. We're losing daylight. It's getting late, and it took a little bit. I thought the wheels were gonna be quick and easy, but of course, whenever you start, things aren't, you know. So we went ahead and deconned the wheels, ceramic coated them, or clayed them, ceramic coated them. We did the brake calipers as well, even though I forgot to film it, but whatever. So the calipers are good, wheels are good, and the next episode will be of us deconning the actual car. The car is washed, but we're going to go ahead and decon wash it. So we need to get the wax off of it, clay it, strip it, and everything like that. And once we do that, we'll go ahead and taper off and pull it into the garage and get it prepped for polishing. So that is it for this episode. Stay tuned for our next episode, and yeah, we'll get this paint good. It's got a lot of swirls and things like that in it. Like I said earlier, I'm not going to be able to get to the rock chips, but it's not too bad. Hopefully there's one spot that isn't down to the bare metal on the other side of the car. If it is, then I'll address it at a later point. But thanks for watching, and if you're new to the channel, go ahead and like and subscribe. Peace.